Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a kind of unique project here. So I grew up mowing lawns with my dad in his landscaping business. I've used the push mowers, I've used the rotary mowers, I've used the California trimmers. I've got something very similar to an electric mower, which it is an electric mower, but I think it's considered an antique at this point. So let me show you what I'm talking about. This is what looks like a push mower, but it's got an electric motor on it. And it's corded, and you plug in your extension cord to the end here. I have never seen anything like this before. Of course, I'm not that old. This is a model E20, I guess. Sure. The brand is Sunbeam, which is a kind of a more well-known brand. I picked this up from a buddy who was getting ready to chuck it, and so I was like, yeah, let me take it and see if the motor works and I can get it going again. So the first thing I want to do is test that electric motor, make sure it works. If that motor doesn't work, then this thing's scrap anyway. So plug in my extension cord here to the wall, and then you flip the toggle switch right here, and sure enough, the motor's working, but nothing's spinning, none of the blades are spinning. So I'm curious to see if maybe all that's wrong with this is there's no chain or there's no drive or something's busted in there that actually turns the motor. Alright, so I'm expecting there to be, I can't really see inside there, I'm expecting there to be a sprocket, which I feel, and I feel a chain. So I want to pull, looks like there's a cover right here. Pull this cover off, but the screw is stripped right here. So I'm going to get channel locks on this screw. And, oh, good, it's turning. Come on. Alright. It's gonna come off of here. Alright, I got both the bolts out, the screws out of this cover. This cover doesn't seem to want to come off here, so I'm not exactly sure. This thing's so old, I'm not sure how this thing works. So I know there's a chain inside this case here. I can stick my finger in there. You can actually see the links in there now. So I know there's a chain hooked up in there. Whether it's spinning or not, I'm not sure. I'd have to flip the switch on, but regardless, something in there is not working. So what I want to do now is I think I'm going to pull this wheel off of here and see if I can get to that chain cover somehow. Well, it looks like there's a screw here, and there's a screw here, and a screw here. I believe those are all the screws for the chain guards. So I'm going to see what happens when I pull them all off of here. It looks like they're split in two. It's interesting. Does it come out? Maybe. Alright, eventually got this cover off here. It looks like you just have to adjust the screw. There's a place to put a flat tip on the end, and you adjust it far out enough where it comes out of that hole right there. Now I have exposure to the chain, which is extremely loose. It's actually kind of crazy how loose it is, and that's probably why it's not working. So now maybe that's out of there, I can get these other covers off of here maybe. See, there's two-piece cover. Oh, looks like that cover's coming off of there pretty easy. So what I figured out is that if you put the blade a certain distance, put the gap of the blade here right over where the cover lifts up, you can pull it out like that. So I think what I'll do is I'll flip it over and do the same thing to the other side. There we go. and get it just the right angle. There we go. Cool. All the covers are off this now. Alright, now that I got the covers off of here and I got the chain exposed, what I can do is I can turn this motor on and see what's spinning and what's not spinning. So, got the... Okay, so... there's nothing spinning out here. I wonder what that lever does. Does that engage it? I might have to pull the actual motor apart and see if there's something not engaging. Here, what does this do? Let me turn it back on. Oh, that's the engagement. Oh, okay. Well, now what? Will it do anything now? Hey, look at that. So it was just that lever the whole time. Huh. I feel silly. Well, I guess I could put the wheel back on and try it out. Alright, so I was looking to find a way to adjust this chain. I have not found it yet. Gosh, it's pretty loose. I thought this was going to be it here, and that will tighten the chain, but the problem is when you do that, it also moves these blades closer to that bottom blade down there too, and it's going to make it harder for the motor to spin it. So I think for now I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to put the wheel back on it and put it on the lawn and just kind of see what it does. Something else I noticed here too, I was going to put the wheel back on. There's 3 wheel options, 3 wheel location options. So for, I'm assuming, so that's going to be your shortest cut, your medium cut, and your tall cut. So it looks like it's been in the middle one, so I'm going to put it right back in there so that way it's even with the other side. Let's see if I can get this to go again. Lever down, switch on. Another adjustment, you got these numbers on the ends of these rollers over here on both sides, and oh, not to mention these things are solid wood too. That tells you how old this thing is. But you loosen these bolts up on either side of the rig there, and then you can lift up on the handle, and let me set you guys down here so you can see better, and that raises and lowers the blade there. It's a little bit easier way to raise and lower the blade. So that's your cutting height, it looks like, is that quick adjustment there. And then the adjustment you guys saw on the inside of the wheel is just for the spinning blade to match up to the fixed blade in case, you know, your blade starts wearing, because over time these surfaces are going to wear against each other and you're going to have to make that adjustment. So I might go back on the lawn and take a look and see how it does since I've moved this down, because my lawn, I just cut it yesterday, so it's already pretty short. So see how it does now. So the thing works pretty well. I'm not sure really what to do with it at this point. It's not practical. You know, most electric motors nowadays are cordless. They got battery powered. So it's not going to really be for home use. At this point, I almost feel like I should give it to an antique store. So I'm kind of torn. Should I leave it the way it is, button it back up, and maybe just try to sell it to somebody as kind of like a cool vintage antique? Or do I try to restore it? You know, take it apart and clean it and paint it and kind of bring it back to its semi-formal glory. You know, I'm not sure at this point, but I think for now, that's going to do it for this. If you guys have a comment or like to see where this thing ends up, put it in the comments for me down below. Help me, give me some idea of what I should do with this. But until then, that's going to do it for today. If you guys enjoy what I do on this channel, please consider subscribing, and every once in a while, maybe give me a like. See you in the next one.